Hi, everybody. Um, Heather Stargazer here. Haven't put up a video in a while, and this is kind of strange to do it this way, but we're going to talk a little bit because it's been a busy week, and I just wanted to hop on here really quick and touch base about a few things. There was that giant earthquake. Set of earthquakes that happened that had an amazing Fibonacci spiral in them in the expression, which is an extension of the radian patterns. And also, you'll notice if you go to the link in the description box to the Heathen Stargazers page that has all of those images on it, you'll notice that there are two radians on the outside and then the giant earthquakes in the center, right? And my friend's in Romania right now, and she's a little concerned because they tend to get an earthquake of comparable size within a year of Turkey getting earthquakes. So we're going to keep an eye on that because it is historically relevant. And also, we had in the skies, we had a comet that hasn't been around since. I can't remember exactly how long it was because too many things, and I don't have the tab up right now, but we're going to say 50,000 years or something like that. I'm probably wrong. We also had the balloon, right, and several other objects that were seen, and then everybody in my neighborhood freaked out because Starlink came up the next day and they were like, what is that? And I was like, okay, well, see, a lot of these are just scientific instruments and we're not exactly sure what's going on, but what's interesting is that because of these things, everyone is looking up and paying attention to the giant bolide that flew in and the English Channel between Britain and France. It was seen in Austria and all these places. So there's a lot of interesting things that are going on, and we can just throw an X flare in there too, because and what I just also want to highlight about all of those sequences, the earthquakes, the planetary geometries, all of those are imaged in the link below, and the X flare. It should be noted that it was the first cross-quarter day after the winter solstice. It was a full moon. There was radian patterns that lined Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, the Sun, the Earth, and the moon was conjunct to Uranus. Okay, and so all of that triggered a reaction within the Earth. Our plates moved, right? And then that sends a ripple effect out into the field because everything is in a field. When we talk about the electric universe, the magnetic universe, the plasma universe, what has to be considered at all times is that these are forces acting within a field. Okay, so electricity is only possible when the plane perpendicular to the field is activated, but the field remains anyway. And that's magnetic, right? Whether it be dia, whatever, it's like benign, right? It doesn't have a polarity to it yet, and sometimes that magnetic polarity can be induced without charge because that's just the changing of the polarity of the field, right? So you think about this axis, and then when that axis is activated, you wind up with a electromagnetic charge, right? And not everything is plasma. Plasma is a fourth state of water, so if we or of matter. So if we think about water, right? Water can be water in a liquid state. Water can be steam in a gaseous state. Water can be ice, right? And it's in a solid state. All of those things are molecularly H2O. Right? When it becomes ionically or electrically charged by removing or adding or messing with the proton-electron potentials, and it then becomes the state of plasma. So plasma is found throughout the universe, but not everything is plasmically active. Not everything is charged, okay? And solid things reside in the field. Liquid things reside in the field. Gaseous things reside in the field, and every single one of those things, plasmic things, react to that field in different ways. So that is an extremely important point to make, and something that is fundamentally left out of many conversations. Max agrees, huh, bud? And I want to make that point crystal clear, and I want to accentuate it in all of the discussions that we're having, because there is this misnomer throughout many of the communities and throughout many of the discussions, that everything is this thing. And the only thing that everything is the universe. Okay? That's it. Everything. I just got this like feeling over me. So thank you for listening. Thanks for visiting me for a few minutes. I'm gonna be putting together a video. I know I keep saying it, but it's been like super crazy around my house. We had some plumbing issues going on in the basement, and it turned out they had to like rip out a huge pipe, and now they have to rip up the whole floor, and they've already ripped out all the walls, and everything that lives in the basement is living in my dining room. So it's been a little bit crazy. So while collecting data and still doing all this other stuff, I haven't really been able to focus in a linear fashion to assemble a presentation for you. So instead, you get this crazy chaotic explanation and me just saying thank you. So I will get that ready as soon as I can, and in the meantime, we'll just keep tracking things on Heathen Stargazers. So once again, thank you guys. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.